Well, good morning, everyone. Good evening if you're in Europe or UK or wherever. 9 o'clock here in Auckland, and it's the 16th of January. So they're making great time. That's all I can say. They've had a good kick start, but they're just getting headwinds now. And Explorer's finally mobile. Will be leaving literally in minutes from the dock. Go get fuel, go across the start line, and then they'll head out into questionable weather. Not much wind, headwinds. But anyway. Nothing really dramatic to report from tweets and stuff from the fleet. They're all settling in and had a great run, and some of them are just starting to get some light headwinds now. So a bit of a game changer. Anyway, we'll get straight into it. So if I hit that one, you should come up with the tracker. And if I hit this one again, I think I got it twice on this program. There we go. Okay, so we're into it, and I'll get on the tracker here. So you can see they're still bolting along. We'll just see if this has rolled over to new position time. Yes, it has. So that's current. So at the moment, Spirit of Helsinki looks like she's just about. It'll depend on the route. Just about first in line on this. So she's in the front and doing 7.2 knots with these. Oh, hang on, that's a bit preempting. They've just started to get these headwinds. So that was the following winds, the pressure system below them. This one right down here, there's a high down here. It's just starting to come up, and on the top of that, getting the influence of those headwinds. So right on the nose, you can see their course is starting to change a bit as they get it. So at the front end, Helsinki and light headwinds doing 7.2, and they did 210 mile a day. That's all cool. Alongside them is Maiden doing pretty well when you consider all of that, because they're not far behind at all. In fact, distance to the finish is 5963 or 5964 and 5964. So they're only 10 miles behind the Spirit of Helsinki. So they've done well. Part of that might be that the wind has come in a bit earlier for them than Helsinki, because they were to the north of the course. That might be part of it. They might have got a 20-mile break on that or something. Anyway, Translated 9 is doing 6.1 knots in these headwinds, and Juik doing 5.8. That's very light headwinds. 214 mile a day. Translated 9, 213 mile a day. So they're level pegging and having a good time, except for headwinds. But the sea should be pretty flat because it's coming behind them. And Neptune, 5.3 knots, did 192 mile a day. That's pretty good. Triana, right on their hammer. They're right next to them. 5.7 knots and 193 mile a day. Similar story. Behind them, Evrika, 6.4 knots. Yeah, they've all got these light headwinds. 183 nautical mile a day, a little bit less. And going back to Galliana was secure. She's caught up ground. She was lagging behind there for a bit. Now 182 mile a day and 5.9 knots. So getting back into the game. Up the top of the course, Outlaw 6.7 and L'Esprit de Keep 5.3. So she's actually overtaken L'Esprit de Keep. That happened last night. Yesterday they were level pegging a bit, but they've got in front. And down the back here, Sterner doing 6.4 and did 159 mile a day. So all pretty straightforward. Not a lot to talk about. No use looking at IRC and stuff. I think we all know what's going on. They've just left Auckland up here. And as I say, Explorer's on the dock, ready to go. The fuel, they've got all the food on board. Engines running. They did some sea trials yesterday. All looking good. They'll leave literally as soon as we get down the dock. They'll leave from there, go and just top up with some fuel, then cross the line and start sailing. Now they got a few challenges here. You can see the difference. You know what everyone else did. They went boring down the harbour. And what Explorer will have is a very light wind coming out. See that there. If we just push this along a bit. I didn't do the weather on everyone else, but you can see they've got very light winds, and it's turning right on the nose straight away. As soon as they come out of the harbour, they'll be tacking into that. Then when they get here, they've got it on the other leg, so it's going to be a very slow start for them. It'll probably take 3 days to get around the corner. Anyway, so I'll just come back to the rest of the fleet. Yeah, it took everyone 2 days to get out here. Explorer will be probably sitting off here after 2 days, 2 or 3 days. So so good for them. And the rest of the fleet, if I drop this down a little bit, you'll see the high is going to come across very quickly. That's the weather as we see it now. And then you can see those headwinds will slowly increase, get a bit bumpy, but then so you'll see most of the boats go to port tack and start heading down if they've got the weather forecast for a week before they left Auckland. They would have had that in their planning. They'll head down, they'll ride the wind shift. It's shifting over by the 17th by the end of the day, and then going light. So they'll have light beam reaching, so not too bad holding that. And then if we come back a little bit, so that's the first one, you can see the wind's dropping right off. So it's going to be a light, slow sail for them. You may see some of them dip south straight away down here, just to hold the breeze, because this pressure system here, the high, is pretty big, and if they hold over on this, they'll see their barometers are falling, and no, that's not a good thing. So you may see some of them dip south of the run line pretty quickly, just to make the most of it. So I think that's about it. That's all I need to tell you. It's not a lot happening. They've crossed. Everyone's crossed over the international date line now, so that brings them into the realms of making their SoundCloud calls. So we'll get a couple of calls today. A couple of calls today. So we'll get them and put them up, and you'll see what's happening. So all good there. Now I'll come back here, work on this, see who's there. All pretty benign. I think you probably saw the press release we put out late last night. What do we got here? Were there any flag violations start? Yes, there were. This time they're €750 fine for the flags and €750 fine for the cockpit lee cloths. So that's a €1,500 fine. Anyway, it happens, I suppose, and we've been making it very obvious. When will the numerous sail repair penalties be applied? I think there were 5 boats. That's on this leg. So at the conclusion of leg 3, you will see those penalties apply. Captain J, hi, good evening, Don. Is there any penalties for crossing the? No, they all got along across the line clean. You can read the press release that's in the post under this. That gives you the details on what happened. Who was first across? It was Triana, Galliano with Secure, and then following that up with Outlaw. So Randy Macarena, were they supposed to live to port or starboard? It looks like they all left it to starboard. No, they left it to port, but then they came across to the gate. It's not actually a mark off Macarena. It's a bit closer to the headland there, but they all or the next headland along, they all did it pretty well. So, okay, that's it for now. We're rushing down to the boat, so we will see you same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks a lot.